It's delicious and it's cheap. When you need a quick dinner but also want a hot meal, Costco is there for you. They lose money to sell you that chicken for $4.99, but it's all part of a larger strategy, and they built an entirely new business to support it. Costco's fully cooked rotisserie chickens are actually cheaper than uncooked chickens in the store, but they are sold for a very different purpose. Unlike many retailers, Costco doesn't spend money on advertising. No billboards, no Facebook ads, and no Super Bowl commercials. They don't have to. Walmart, the world's largest retailer, spends billions of dollars every year on advertising. It seems like Walmart might not have to spend so much because everyone knows about them anyway, but most companies use advertising both to attract new customers and to keep them coming back. But Costco keeps you coming back in different ways. In fact, the word advertising doesn't even show up in the Costco annual report. It's just not part of their strategy to get you into the store. If you are like many Costco shoppers, you probably drive out of your way to save a few cents per gallon on gas, and you get a cart full of groceries and other items while you're there. Rather than spend billions of dollars on advertising, Costco is willing to take a loss on some products that keep customers coming back. Along with gas, milk, and eggs, rotisserie chickens are common products that drive customer traffic in stores. And these items are at the back of the store, so you have to pass by everything else to get to them. These items are often used as loss leaders, products that companies lose money on to get you into their stores. It's how they earn the rest of your grocery dollars, and Costco loses money on every chicken. Richard Galante, Costco's CFO, said, "We were willing to eat, if you will, $30 to $40 million a year in gross margin by keeping it at $4.99. That is what we do for a living." Costco has a very specific process to prepare and sell you that 3-pound, ready-to-eat chicken. A 3-pound cooked chicken starts as a 6-pound live bird, and that is exactly what Costco needs. They designed their roasters to fit that specific size so they can provide a consistent product every time. According to Jeff Lyons, Senior VP of Fresh Foods at Costco, "We couldn't take a 7-pound bird or an 8-pound bird and make it work. They're too big. They wouldn't even fit on our rotisserie line." The problem is that major poultry suppliers don't want to sell 6-pound chickens to Costco. Even though Costco goes through 250 million chickens a year, the big suppliers don't have much incentive to sell 6-pound birds to them. They can make more money selling larger chickens elsewhere. It's a combination of more efficient agriculture and also customer preferences. 100 years ago, the average live weight of broiler chickens was about 2.5 pounds, compared to nearly 7 pounds today. Of course, many are much larger than 7 pounds. Some chickens reach over 10 pounds. Compared to the 1.7-pound red jungle fowl, wild relative and ancestor to domestic chickens, our modern chickens are ginormous. Another difference is that it used to take a month and a half per pound of weight gain, compared to just a week for a chicken to gain a pound today. Although big chickens pass the perfect 6-pound size that Costco is looking for, chicken growers can just wait another week for birds to gain an additional pound. Why sell to Costco when you can wait a week and make more money selling bigger chickens to someone else? And on top of bird sizes, many customers don't want whole chickens anyway. In the mid-1900s, half of chickens were sold as whole birds, but today just 1 in 6 chickens are sold whole. The rest are cut up into boneless, skinless chicken breast, drumsticks, wings, chicken tenders, and other products. They make more money by selling you the individual parts compared to a whole chicken. And almost 2/3 of the $65 billion US poultry industry is controlled by just 5 companies. It's difficult to get the economies of scale that Costco needs from smaller suppliers, and the bigger suppliers are focused elsewhere. Jeff Lyons said, "We were having trouble getting the size bird we wanted on a consistent basis." Costco needed a new solution. Without a consistent supplier, Costco decided to vertically integrate its supply chain and enter the chicken business itself. Costco designed an entire supply chain that it controls from chicken hatching to processing. Chicken processing is a nice way of saying slaughter and butchering. Costco contracts with breeders, hatcheries, growers, and even feed producers to raise millions of chickens every year. They decided on Nebraska as the perfect location because of the corn and soybeans already grown in the area, so a lot of feed can be sourced locally to save on transportation cost. A major piece of this process is the growers who raise the chicks until they are big enough for slaughter. Many of these growers were corn and soybean farmers that Costco recruited to be part of its supply chain. These farmers invested in barns, and Costco arranged for other companies to provide the chicks and feed. Costco even helped to train these new chicken farmers. Of course, there are some risks to these farmers. They took out some of their grain fields to build these barns to begin a 15-year contract with Costco. But if the whole scheme doesn't work out, they will have invested all of that money for nothing, and much of their job really is just feeding and cleaning up after the growing birds. According to Robert Taylor, Emeritus Professor of Agricultural Economics at Auburn University, this particular form of contract agriculture essentially makes the farmer an indentured servant. The farmer is basically reduced to a chicken house janitor. But that's not a problem if the farmers are paid enough. Taylor predicted that the farmers would make about $60,000 per year, but Costco estimated they would make twice that amount. It's an entrepreneurial venture for both Costco and the farmers, so both sides certainly hope it will pay off. By the way, if you appreciate this video, do me a favor and give it a like, because you like rotisserie chicken as much as I do. And the final part of the system is a massive processing plant in Fremont, Nebraska. Costco spent $450 million to build the Lincoln Premium Poultry business, which employs almost 1,000 people and has the capacity to process 100 million chickens per year. Of course, Costco's new chicken supply chain is not without its detractors. Animal rights group Legal Impact for Chickens claimed that Costco today represents a grim existence for animals in Nebraska who are warehoused in inescapable misery. Another group, Mercy for Animals, published an undercover investigation claiming that chickens raised for Costco live under cruel conditions and that they grow so large that they struggle to walk, and even many birds die before reaching maturity. Of course, these groups also encourage people to eliminate animal products from human diets, so they are not without their own bias. Remember that Costco was losing $30 to $40 million per year selling rotisserie chickens? They estimated that the new system could save 35 cents per bird. With capacity for 100 million chickens per year, $35 million in savings could eliminate the loss that Costco was taking on its chickens, although that was before inflation hit in recent years. Selling rotisserie chickens for $4.99 is a major part of Costco's strategy to keep customers coming into its stores, and they invested $500 million to keep doing it. The poultry industry has changed in ways that no longer fit Costco's strategy for selling cheap rotisserie chickens. So Costco took matters into its own hands and now provides millions of chickens every year for itself. Sometimes to succeed in business, you have to take control of your own destiny. Please subscribe for more on business, strategy, and the people involved.